Hello everyone, welcome back. Um, well, there's already a lot of you as always. Thank you for being here with us. As today we are going to talk a little bit about Action Flicks Volume 3. We are already at 3.
Yes.
So we got some spoiler to do, but also today we have a special little surprise because we are going to announce the date for the launch of Outgunned Superheroes on Backerkit. So you know it's going to be in May, but at the end of this live stream we will tell you when in May. Thank you guys. Hi Raul and Claudia and Gaia and Joy and Grelo, Jay, Joao. So as always, a lot of you.
Yes.
And as always, thank you for being here with us, for bearing with us. Um, so, hopefully, you had a great holidays. We've been celebrating Easter here in Italy, and it's sunny, which is kind of unusual for us. So, yeah, that's
Even
plus.
here, which is very unusual in my part of Italy. So everything's nice.
Your name wrong. How is it pronounced? I'm sorry.
It's
How?
very,
How?
very difficult.
I never met anyone with
I
this
don't
name.
even try.
No, I always try to get names right, but you know it's hard. Just
Very hard.
um, someone I see that has already been receiving their Atkan adventure. I can proudly confirm right now that that we have delivered more than half of the Outgunned adventure pledges rewards. So most of you should already have received that, especially if you backed during the campaign. Those will tend to go a little faster, like they go
Yes.
out before the late pledges usually. So
Also, usually it's very complicated. How
yeah,
some people write to me, my neighbors or just received. It's common that they ship first the easiest package. So, for example, if you
if you
don't
have
add
less
a lot of add-ons. Our package are not very easy because they contain a lot of stuff usually, but more or less they try to send out before the simplest one. But they are, I think, more or less in every part or in every of our fulfillment hubs. They are great speed and they are doing a very good job, and a lot of um, rewards are arrived on or on their way. I'm trying. I know somebody asked for a tracking number you should receive. I try to import manually in Backerkit and send an email from Backerkit where I have. There's a lot of views, so it's not. Sometimes you receive the packet before I even manage to do all this stuff. But rest assured, um, we are working full time to deliver this, and everything is absolutely fantastic.
um, yes, as mentioned, we promised to deliver by the end of May. Um, then we got lucky. We got
Yes.
we did our job better than expected. So we anticipated this to end of April, and we're still pretty
Yes.
confident that most of you should receive actually
Yes.
receive your package before the end of the month, or at least it will be shipped by the end of the month. So yeah, that was a good one. So good job to us, and especially to Simone who does the artwork when we're talking about production and shipping. So
We
uh,
were so lucky
thank you, by the
that
way,
we
for
we
the good
managed to
wishes.
start the actual shipping before all the fuss in the United States. I know several of you reached out to us, but we managed to have every item arrive in US before all this situation began. So we're good. You are good, hopefully, and that's great. But let's talk about some superheroes.
So, Action Flick 3, as we said, we were going to divide this campaign into different phases, and phase 2, as you can see from the graphic, was about the amazing Action Flicks. So, Action Flicks Volume 3. Last week we introduced you the cover for Action Flicks Volume 3. As you can see, there is a little change in the cover because before it featured our logo that looks like a 2 because we are two little mice. But to avoid any kind of confusion, having the 2 near Action Flicks, we removed it. So as always, the Action Flicks cover show our Tango, our cover girl. Her name is Tango. That's doing some random stuff. This time she's walking through a convention full of some hints from the Action Flicks that we want to do. And by the way, they are not ready, so we don't know if we are really going to do that or something else. We are also taking notes and suggestions from the chat during the campaign especially, but also there is a lot of false friends. There is a lot of false like stuff that me and Daniela had a little fun on a Sunday putting together just to keep you off tracks.
Yeah.
So yay. And as always, kudos to Daniela for the amazing art for Action Flicks 3. So, as always, how this is going to work, some basic knowledge about Action Flick. First things first, if you are new, what's Action Flicks? Action Flicks, or Flicks as we call them, are basically mini supplements. They are hacks for the game made by the original authors. So they are around 20 pages long,
Yes.
and they contain everything that we think you will need if you want to add a specific taste, a specific mood, a specific subgenre to your outgunned shots. So, for example, in Action Flicks 1, there is an action flick called Killing Aliens that will bring extremely lethal aliens into the game. So, if you want to play
New
aliens
type
or
of
predators,
enemy
that's
that
a new
you can
type of enemy.
face in your sessions.
Or, for example, there is another action flicks called Cloak and Dagger, which is all about swashbuckling adventure and musketeers and pirate and stuff. And it got new mechanics to play duels 1 versus 1, but also a new role, which is the I believe it's the sword fighter. I don't know. I don't know.
I think I don't remember.
I don't remember in
I think
English. But also there's all genre of action flicks. These action flicks will be all somehow not necessarily related to superheroes, but they will take advantage of all the new tools that you will find in Outgunned Superheroes. So,
Let's say they are a very good match with the genre book, of course.
first, some logistic questions, some serious questions that we've been receiving is, what book do I need in order to play Action Flicks Volume 1, 2, or 3? So here's the quick answer. If you want to play Action Flicks Volume 1, it's better for you if you own the Outgunned core book, and that's especially specifically because Action Flicks 1 was written before we even knew about Outgunned Adventure or Outgunned Superheroes. So you can use Action Flicks Volume 1 even if you only own Outgunned Adventure or if you only own Outgunned Superheroes. But the book will not acknowledge that, so you will require a little work, like just in the basic understanding of everything, because the book gives for granted that you own the core book, of course. Now, if you move to Action Flicks Volume 2, that you can use either with Outgunned or Outgunned Adventure, and even if you only have Outgunned Superheroes, you can use Outgunned you can use Action Flicks Volume 2 with basically zero effort, because the book now acknowledge what a genre book is, so it should be easier. For example, in Action Flicks 2, you have all the feats that the books used that are already listed at the beginning of the book, while in Action Flick 1, it relies on the Outgunned core book for the basic feats. And then if you want to play Action Flicks Volume 3, of course, you can do it with just Outgunned Superheroes, or you can do it with just the core book of Outgunned, or you can do it even just with Outgunned Adventure. You cannot take the best out of everything, but out of most flick you can play with just Outgunned Adventure. So I hope this clarifies it a little bit, but basically if you're interested in Action Flicks Volume 3, if you got the Outgunned core book, you can take Action Flicks Volume 3. If you just got Outgunned Superheroes, you can play Action Flicks Volume 3. And if you got just Outgunned Adventure, it's 99% compatible with Action Flick Volume 3.
There will be, of course, something related to some specific mechanics of superheroes or some specific feats of superheroes, etc. But as you already know, if you know Action Flick Volume 2, it's very easy to use basically all the content of an Action Flick, even with just a genre.
It's as always, I try to be as like
good.
I like to say things in the most transparent way, like you can use 99.9%, because I don't want to say everything is compatible, because there might be some differences or some tools that will require superheroes to work as intended. But if you know Outgunned, it's a fairly easy game. You should be able to take advantage of all Action Flicks using any of the genre book, really. So that's, I believe, wraps up the logistic question, like the serious question. I don't know if you've got any question from the chat, please let us know. But I will move to the actual Action Flicks. How is this going to work? Like last year, basically this book will have 3 Action Flicks from day one. These are the 3 Action Flicks that we wanted to do, that we care about, that we are actually playing right now. So we want to have them in the books. The other Action Flicks will be unlocked as stretch goal, hopefully during the campaign, and some of them we are already making them because we are feeling confident. Some of them we are taking hints from the chat, and as always, I'm sure that 2 or 3 of them will be born right during the campaign, as always, because sometimes just the crowd takes control of the campaign, and if you want something, you gotta have that. I understand.
We have some ideas. We are always open to the mood and the suggestions, of course. And let's see what we have. I don't know what's an EAO stand for, Bryce. Sorry.
I believe the everything at once. Everything at once.
The everything. Thank you. I was not.
For an Italian, it's to understand that once start with an O, it's not an easy concept.
Yes, it's very difficult for us.
So we already introduced you to the first Action Flick, which is Killing Machines. Killing Machines made the most sense to us for 3 reasons. First reason, because we already have Killing Aliens. We want another super enemy that you could face, so we got Killing Machine this time. Second reason, because it works um, perfectly with Outgun. It works with Outgunned Superheroes. It works with Outgunned Adventure, because playing Outgunned, of course, you are playing in Terminators. But if we talk about superheroes, then we got Age of Ultron, we got the Vision, a lot of characters who are actually robots or androids. And even if we move to adventure, I believe that having androids, even you can reskin them as steampunky,
And yes,
yeah, or
sometimes
clockpunky kind of
robot,
androids. So
robot aviation stuff. Let's see.
yeah,
But yes, very because this concept is very clear, like the one in Killing Alien. The concept of killing machine is there some not organic life forms that are hunting you, and it's very strong and it's almost unbeatable. What do you do? And you can decline it into each and every genre. It's very easy.
also
Steam.
um, what are you going to find inside this action flick? This is easy because it's already wrapped up. We have been playing this quite a lot. You will find rules for a new type of enemy, which is of course the robots. And robots will be extremely hard to kill, and it will be extremely easy for them to hit you. They will almost likely never miss if you are their target, because they can target you specifically because they got beef with you, or because you are just their target, because they came all the way from the future just to kill you, or whatever reason. But also you will find tools to play as a robot, which is my favorite thing, because you can finally play your favorite Terminator or your Robocop, or as the Vision if you want to play it in superhero contests. Um, yeah, it depends, Jay, on how fast can you actually run. Um, so yeah, Killing Machine, it was a no-brainer for us. We really want to do them. Actually, trivia, fun fact, actually, we wanted to do this last year. Then you took over and you wanted, I believe this was Killing Machine was
Yeah.
killed on the altar of Furious Wasteland. I
Yes,
believe,
Furious Wasteland.
yeah,
Yes, it was like a popular demand,
yeah.
very vocal popular demand
So
of Furious Wasteland.
we had to kill Killing Machine. We
We
were so
kept
ready.
Killing Machine
Yeah.
apart.
And I guess in the end, it probably was for the better, because it makes a lot more sense with superheroes. So um, there's that.
Popular Wasteland.
So um, I believe it's already. I'm looking at the clock, and I believe it could be already time to show the next action flick. What do you say?
Yes, it's almost half an hour since the beginning of our little live stream now. So, you already knew about Killing Machine, but what's next? And the next one, I assure you, it's very, very right for the superhero genre. And it's also something quite a lot of you asked in the past weeks. But
So,
without
first of all, thank you. Jay is writing that we are very reactive to what the crowd is saying during crowdfunding. I always thank you, first of all, and I always like to say that this is, we may not be kind of the biggest, more precise company that you can find out there, because there's actually four of us. That's me and Simone and Daniela and Katerina, our translator. This is all us. Basically, every time you write an email to info@tothemice.net, it's either Simone or me, most likely Simone. And so we have to do all by ourselves. Sometimes this can be of hindrance. Sometimes this can allow us to do crazy things like actually going through the comments and reading everything that you have to say, and kickstart ideas, and actually during the campaign add stuff to the action flicks or to the games that were not supposed to be there. So yeah.
Yes.
So after Killing Machine, let's reveal the second action flick that we have in store for today. This is something that, as Simone was saying, was asked by you, but we had it ready because we actually wanted it, and it's called V. This action flick is called V for Villain. So kind of made sense.
What's to say about that?
So V for Villain, because this is an actual flick to play as the bad guys, to play as the villain of the story. It is an extremely silly action flick, because it will not only acknowledge, of course, Suicide Squad and all that kind of stuff, and Famous, Gods Among Us, etc. It will feature a new role, which is portrayed here, the Joker. So someone who creates
Don't
chaos.
follow the rules. Let's say that.
You just want to see the world burn. So that you got that. We wanted to say actually also inspired by Thunderbolts, but we didn't see that. We kind of guessed.
It probably will be inspired by Thunderbolts.
It's inspired by the trailers.
At least by the trailers.
But it's also going to be silly because you will have to be the bad guy. You have to be despicable. You have to be kind of bad to the bone, and actually performing good deeds will hinder you. Will
yeah.
So if you have a servant, that's a fit. If you have a trusty sidekick, servant, minion, whatever, you have to treat them wrong, bad, harshly. I don't know how to say that. You cannot treat them in a good way. You cannot say thank you. Otherwise, you will have some hindrances. You can take some conditions even for being too good. So yeah, it's fun.
Your other villain friends will start seeing you. He's getting good. Oh no, I don't trust him anymore.
So yeah. I hope that you'll have a lot of fun playing as the bad guys in this story, and this, of course, this makes a lot of sense for superheroes.
Yes.
Because heroes and villains, but it could also make a lot of sense when you play in Outgunned, or even in Outgunned Adventure, because there is a silliness to this action flick that can easily be ported to other Outgunned. I don't want to say too much, but I think that you will appreciate it playing the League of Evil Adventurers, or or simply playing a kind of Megamind or Despicable Me kind of setting. So a lot of comments about the minions. As always, please take a minute to appreciate this Daniela doing her best to go away from the Harley Quinn concept, bringing these new characters to life. to represent the new role, which is going to be the Joker.
Thank you.
So, thank you guys. And as said, we have a third action flick.
One last flicks to reveal before the beginning of the campaign. So not now, of course, but be assured it's not the last one. As we said at the beginning, we will try to enrich the book with more and more flicks during the campaign. Who knows? We have some very interesting thing in store for you. You are always giving us suggestions and showing us what would you like, so we are listening when we can. And but yes, so before the actual start of the campaign, we will reveal one more flick. I don't remember which one it is, so I can't tell you anything about it.
It's going to be a very colorful flick. Next one, definitely very colorful, and it's going to happen this week. Somewhere around the end of the week, we are going to reveal the third action flicks.
Flicks number 3 of action flicks, volume 3. Yay.
And this is because next week we are going to have another live stream, and during that live stream we are going to finally start phase 3 of the campaign. So all flicks gone, we can move to phase 3, which will be about, you'll find out next week. Now, for the last spoiler of this live stream, we promised you a date, and we finally have a date to launch Outgunned Superheroes on Backerkit. So, are we ready?
It's time.
Outgunned Superheroes will come to Backerkit on May 13th, which is a very hard number to pronounce.
For Italian, it's almost impossible.
Yeah. So it's 3 weeks.
Exactly 3 weeks from now.
3 weeks from now. So we got 3 weeks to go, and next week we are going to start phase 3, which will actually take us to the launch of the campaign. I hope that you are ready. I hope that we are ready. I hope that Katerina and John are ready. I know that for a fact that Daniela is not ready. She's furiously painting, working to have the third action flick ready for the end of the week. Starting from next week, we will reveal all the pledge level, we will reveal all the accessories, some surprise, and as we are getting closer to the campaign, we might even start revealing some of the initial stretch goals. I think this time, I don't want to jinx it, but I think, Simone, this time we got it covered. I think we have more stuff that we
have a lot of stuff in store since last year. You caught us off guard. We had to improvise a little bit. And so but yes, this time I hope you manage to catch us off guard again, but it's very hard.
I think this time is we are safe. We should have enough stretch goals and stuff, and I'm almost 100% sure. So as always, guys, if you have the time, you can go to drive-thru and drop a review or a rating to the Outgunned Superheroes quick start, which helps a lot. You want to go to the launch page on Backerkit and leave a follow, share
Follow
it
the
on your
project so it
social.
helps us
We
to
are
have the strongest launch possible.
we are entering the pre-launch phase of this campaign today, so please share the news, share the quick start, share your love for Outgunned to your friends, and help us reach, possibly a wider community. And hopefully you will all receive your Outgunned adventure, if you backed Outgunned, of course, your Outgunned adventure pledges. uh, um,
If
we
not,
have
I remember if you luck in whatever items from the previous Outgunned campaigns, you will find everything in the superhero campaign, the past add-on, past books, whatever. So if you lack something, or if you got something and you thought by yourself, oh, why didn't I bought like 10 copies of this, like someone is writing me? Don't worry, it will be. You will have the chance to make this right. More nice, thank you, Jim.
And especially, I want to say that if you are interested in Outgunned books, Free League got the original Outgunned books in their web shop. And soon enough, they will also have Adventure and Action Flicks
Yes.
Volume 2 and the restock of the original Outgunned. So we produce this together with the campaign, so they will update their shop, the web shop, pretty soon. So if you want the books, you can find them in the Free League web shop. But if you want the accessories, they are not available in retail, especially the big boxes with all the stuff. They will be, but the one from Outgunned 1 and the one from Outgunned Adventure, they will be available during the campaign. So
Yes.
if you missed any of the stretch goal, like the metal bullet dice from Outgunned or Outgunned Adventure or whatever, you can find them during the Outgunned Superheroes campaign. So
Thank you very
I
much,
know
guys. It's been 40 minutes.
there's
Since
asking
the
about the
start.
dice. Unfortunately, the dice are not part of. They're not available in retail, but they will be available during the campaign and even after the campaign in late
In the late
pledges.
stretch.
So usually 6 months. For 6 months they are available in the pre-order shop.
Yes.
So every year you gotta choose the right half of the year to order the Outgunned dice, but should be easy enough because in 3 weeks you will find them on Backerkit, and then after that they will be available in pre-order. All the dice from the original campaign of Adventure or even the superhero dice.
Whatever we will make put there, so you are free to go and to grab as many accessories as you want. That being said, guys, thank you. Thank you for staying with us even today after the Easter holidays. So thank you. Thank you for following us. We can't wait to share this new adventure with, I don't know how to call our crowdfunding, are full of emotion. A roller coaster of emotion, like somebody called them. So yes, we can't wait to start 3 weeks from now. Let's go together to make an Outgunned Superheroes genre book.
Bye guys, thank you.
Bye.